Hello, welcome back to Grey the Gold Witch. Today we're doing a reading on what is even happening right now in your life. I'm excited for this reading. So we're really going to get into just what's happening and what you need to know about it to have a better perspective on your life. We have 4 piles today. The first is Orange Calcite and the Great Work. 2 is the Sodalite and Alchemical Wedding. Pile 3 is Conjunction and Lapis Lazuli. And the 4th pile is Wise Salt and Amethyst. So pause the video if you need to meditate on the piles. And I will see you in your reading. Hey pile 1, if you chose the Orange Calcite, then this is your reading on what is happening right now for you. So we're first going to look at exactly what's happening and give you all the context we can. And then I'm going to look at why this is happening. And we're really going to try and get all we can, all the information we can out of this. So for pile 1, what is happening? What even is happening right now for them, Spirit? For pile 1, and I'm only taking one of these cards to start. Okay, I'm hearing keep it, but Spirit always has their own plan. So, okay. Now we're going to take a card from the Alchemy deck. Okay. That's just too many. And last, we're going to get a Major Arcana card to clarify. Okay. So for pile 1, what is even happening right now for you? Okay, we have the Tower, the Great Work, the Hierophant, I'm ready to love and learn, and the Wheel of Fortune. I trust whatever the universe brings me. Okay, some very powerful energy, pile 1. So you're a really powerful creative of some sort, and I feel like your life has really just some crazy events have been happening, and they're really leading you to where you're meant to go on your path. And I can see that some of them seem more difficult or like not exactly what you'd want. But what Spirit's really saying is everything that's happening right now is in your best interest. And the universe is bringing you really beautiful opportunities, and you're just meant to stay open and receptive to them and say yes to the good things entering your life. I think a lot's happening and you're kind of all over the place. Like, why is all of this stuff happening right now? And I think you're especially feeling the universe playing a role in your life. And that's probably why you came to this tarot reading also, is like, you just feel the synchronicities and the intensity of what's happening in your life right now. And Spirit is saying that these events have come together because this is your birthright. And also I'm hearing you're meant to reflect on the past now and all the difficulties that came your way and the no's and how it led you to where you are now. Because you're on the path of doing the work your soul came here to do that will make an impact on you and the communities around you. And I can see that you have spent a long time on this path, and it's time for you to be celebrated for the person you are. And I think this is kind of surreal because I think you have dealt with your fair share of obstacles and you weren't expecting this much happiness. I think this is really like a shock to your system. Like, it's one of those pinch me moments of, is this real? Like, how did this happen? And Spirit's saying that you're deserving of this. This came together because you put in the work. And You're just meant to enjoy wherever you're at and enjoy the blessings that are coming down on you. Anything that feels difficult or doesn't feel right for you, like I feel like there are some things falling away from your life, and they're meant to really put you in a clear line of direction towards your soul path. So really, this is such a divine energy. Like, everything happening here is happening for you, and I can see that the universe is really conspiring in your favor. Also, I'm just now noticing the amethyst here. The amethyst bio might be significant to you as well. I haven't filmed it, so only go to it if it resonates for you. But I'm really seeing some massive blessings, and Spirit's saying you deserve this. This was always meant to happen. And you're meant to just stay true to your core values and who you are. And also, like, celebrating the fact that all of the difficulties on the road on this journey led you here. And I think you can make peace with them because of that. And this isn't something that's going to change. This is something that you can enjoy, and it's not just going to disappear. And I think you're worried like it's too good to be true, and it's really not. You're meant to enjoy this and trust that what you're creating is meant to be created. With 3 roses here, I really see that this is where you're meant to go and what you're meant to do. And just believe in the path you're going down. Okay. So I want more context about what's even happening to you, and then we'll move into why more so. But what is even happening to you is you've got a major opportunity, or something major has happened in your life, and it's going to change how you live your life and how you operate, but it's going to be very beautiful, and this is a good thing. And you might be worried, is this... You just, I think, are feeling a lot of emotions. There's a lot of intensity here, and it really is a good thing. So what even is happening for Pile 1? Okay. So we have, let's move these up a little. So we have the King of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Swords, the Empress in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Lovers in reverse. I think you're really struggling to trust people's opinions here and trust what people have to say. And that's honestly good, because you're the only one who knows what's right for you. The answer is within you, and you're not going to find it outside of yourself. And when you ask people for advice, you probably end up feeling a little disappointed because it just doesn't sit right, because you know that the voice within you is what will give you the answer. I'm seeing that there's a lot of energy around you right now, a lot of commotion, a lot of people around you. And Spirit's saying that there's a lot of people who are paying attention to your life and what you're doing. And I feel like they are prematurely judging the decisions you're making. And that's why things feel intense, is because you're really, I think, overanalyzing the situation. And I think that these external opinions that you're feeling and you're unsure about are also coming from within. Like, you're being harsh with yourself. You're worried you're being reckless or impulsive. You don't want to be too needy with this thing or need this thing too much. But you also are seeing your power and your ability to have stability and be independent in this thing. And you also aren't sure whether the direction you're going in is the right one for you on an egoic level. But Spirit's saying what's happening here is in the divine plan for you. It is exactly the way you should be going. And what is happening right now is that your life is coming together in a very beautiful way. You're weaving the divine tapestry of your life, and people are going to have their opinions, but the only person who lives your life is you. You're the only person who experiences the things you are going through. And you're meant to follow your path. And I think you're meant to spend less time focusing on other people's opinions or what they might think, and really focus on how you can empower yourself and not feel like you need this thing. Because I think when you think about all the external opinions to it, you feel pressure and you feel more attached to the outcome. And you're meant to focus on your ability to take care of yourself and your independence. Because right now, the main thing I see you're struggling with is that you are struggling to see your worth in whenever you get too caught up in the chaos around you. And so whatever you can do to empower yourself in this situation, even though you're dealing with really intense energies, you're meant to. I'm hearing listening to empowering music. Specifically, I think I'm hearing like Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, these female rappers who really, they write empowering music for women. And even if you're not a woman, I'm hearing that listening to empowering music in general will take you very far, because you're consciously consuming a positive energy. If you listen to music about insecurity and fear, you're attracting that towards you. So you're meant to listen to more empowering music. And it's all right to listen to that other kind of music too, because sometimes you listen to it to process out those emotions. But for you specifically, I'm seeing that you're meant to feed yourself empowerment right now and independence, and trust that you acknowledge that you're the only person living your life path. You're the only person going through this for yourself. And you're headed on it in a very spiritual direction. And this energy is really for you. And it's not for anyone else. So just focus on what feels right to you. And you'll see why this happened in your life. So I'm really hearing, don't listen to all the noise around you. Don't worry about the opinions of others. The only opinion that matters is yourselves. So, wow, that was heavy channeling. Ooh. These just fell out too. Yeah, I'm just seeing there's many different ways to look at this, and you're meant to trust in how you see it rather than how other people see it. Okay. So we're going to look at, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why is this happening for pile 1? Why is this happening for pile 1? Agape, airplane, book burning, and beehive. Good things and noble. this is really cool. So this is really obviously happening, with good things and noble. This is happening to cut out what doesn't serve you, cut out the people who, I feel like whatever happened in your past, it made you think that, it made you lose some hope in the direction your life was going. And then I think things have taken a positive change for the better. And basically Spirit's saying the reason that this all has happened is so that you could realize who was in your corner and who wasn't, who should be a part of your beehive and work with you and who shouldn't, who is working in your best interest and will be with you through your ups and downs, and who's only there for the good times. This really helped you solidify who's in your camp and who you should work with and who only comes around when things are good. I'm hearing Loyalty by Rihanna. You were meant to find out what unconditional love looks like. And you were meant to see that things do work out. And you can stand up for yourself and change the narrative of your life and not let anyone else tell you how you should be. You're learning how to have unconditional love for yourself through this process. And you're seeing that good things come to those who wait, and that you could overcome anything that happened to you, and you're stronger for these events. I feel like a lot of the difficulty you've dealt with has been in your mind, and you might have dealt with an ego death or a very significant change in your perspective. And you're able to see how this difficulty brought you into a much stronger version of yourself. And I'm seeing that you now are in a place where you can enjoy people, you can enjoy the things around you, but you won't take less than you deserve. And I think before this happened, you were putting up with treatment that was not fair. And so the reason that this all took place in the way it has is because you were meant to become a stronger, more independent person, and this abundance was meant to come in when you could properly enjoy it and properly be grateful for it. And some things had to change and leave your life and be unbound so that you could really know what was right for you. You're changing the narrative of your life, and there will be people who come back around when you're doing better because they want the good things that you have to offer. But I'm hearing One Less Problem Without You by Ariana Grande. So those people, I just think you're going to step away from, because you have the people who truly are in your corner and in your camp that have been throughout what you've been through. Okay, we're going to look at the tarot cards again for why did this happen for pile 1? Why even is this happening for pile 1? Okay. The 3 of Wands, 9 of Wands, 3 of Swords, 2 of Swords. Okay, so what Spirit's saying is that the reason this happened was you couldn't expand where you had been at before. This all had to happen. I think Spirit's getting into why it hadn't worked out earlier. And it's because you needed to expand on your own. You couldn't expand there. You needed to go through pain to realize how you feel about it and realize that two things can be true. Like, this could have been really difficult before, but it's worth it now. So you're learning that this and that are true. And with 9 of Wands, I'm seeing that you have learned how to protect yourself and take care of yourself. and prevent unnecessary pain. And you've learned how to wisen up to see who foxes in your chicken coop have been. And you weren't able to expand before in the situation you were in, so things had to be shaken up. And that's why it couldn't happen before, and why it had to happen now, is there was lessons that needed to be learned. There was experiences you had to have, and I think you recognize that, but Spirit's really clarifying that. Spirit's like basically saying, yes, this could have gone from point A to point B really fast, but just like any other movie or story, like typical stories in the format are like they could easily solve a problem, but instead they go on the long journey to make it more interesting and for it to make it a story. So that's what Spirit's saying here, is that the long road led you here. And you needed more experience with these energies to know that you could take care of yourself no matter what comes your way. So we're going to get final advice from Spirit. Okay. Okay, Spirit, what is the final advice for Pile 1? What advice do you have for Pile 1? What can we leave them with? Okay. Okay. So we have, and one ego card. We have helpful people. There's something better. The door to the infinite, believe in dreams. The Hanged Man. New beginnings. And I forgive myself for shaming my inclination to fall into deep despair in the face of a challenge. I choose to believe that my most intense emotions contain crucial messages that, when received, allow for the true alignment with my truest desires. There's been helpful people in your corner throughout this, and you've realized who they are, and Spirit's saying you're meant to still rely on them through this time. And I'm hearing that things are going to continue to evolve and get better in this situation, and you're meant to trust in it. And you're not meant to blame yourself for having this despair in the face of these challenges in the past, because they were leading you where you were meant to go. And the reason you went through this difficulty is because the situation needed to evolve to be better in the future. And you're meant to believe in what you care about and what you love, and trust that Spirit's working with you, and that you're going to be great, Pile 1. And the Hanged Man is really reminding me that you're allowed to sit with this and surrender to this and look at how the path you went down led you here. the cycle that you went through in the past with that difficulty is over, and you're in a much more empowered, beautiful cycle. A new you has come from this, and you're not meant to react to things based on the information you had in the past. You're meant to let your wiser perspective influence how you respond now. Let go of the old and bring in the new. So, pile on, this is what I'm getting for you. It was an honor to read for you. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of my readings, and I'll see you in another video. Take care. Bye. Hey, pile 2, if you chose this sodalite stone, and this is your reading on what even is happening right now. So we're going to look at what even is happening and really dive into the situation you're in, and then we're going to look at why it's happening. So for pile 2, what even is happening for them? What even is happening? Okay. One more. What even is happening? We have alchemical wedding, the Fool. I'm guided and protected on my life journey. King of Swords, I trust my ability to make a strategic decision. And the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, pile 2, what even is happening right now? You're at a very beautiful moment in your life where you're seeing things clearly, and I think you are curious if this is in your head or fantasy or not right. And what Spirit's saying is that something very beautiful has happened. There's been a merging of opposites. There's been a moment of lightness and happiness. And I think part of you wants to run from this beauty. The logical part of you is really trying to figure it out. But what Spirit's saying is that you are protected here. This is what's right for you, and you will keep your wits about you throughout it. Just because there's the lightness and happiness here doesn't mean you're going to lose your logical side or your ability to protect yourself. In the end, you have to think about what your baseline values are. Because I can see whatever's happening in your life right now is pushing you towards happiness. And you might fear this because you fear getting let down or not being happy. It's easy to fear something that we crave. Spirit's saying that this is your time to begin to experience this happiness. And experience it at a very strong level. I feel like you're going to feel like a child again at times. And like you're learning a lot of new things. And I think what you once thought was dangerous, or what you once thought was repulsive, or what you should stay away from, I think you're seeing understanding it at least has importance for you. There's something precious about the time you're in. And I think your logical side wants to figure all of this out, but you're not meant to figure all of this out. You're not meant to understand this away. Because I don't think you'll be able to understand this fully. But I think you figured out something that will make you happy, and you're meant to go for it. And I think you're feeling a little worried about how this will unfold, but you're meant to trust that you're guided and protected on this path, and beautiful things are coming for you. Very, very beautiful things are coming. And beautiful things are here. Spirit's saying that you're being very blessed right now, and a lot of good is entering your life. A lot of abundance is coming into your life, and this is one of those moments that you will look back on and see how it brought you into a beautiful new chapter. There's a lot of newness here. And the world is celebrating with you. Like, I'm just seeing that what's happening for you is a microcosm of what the blessings that the world is going to experience too, or is experiencing. There's something about this being, what you're going through is an expression of the universe in you. And there's something very precious about it, and realizing that maybe your ego is like, do I really deserve this? Do I really deserve this happiness? Do I really deserve to go down this path that my heart is guiding me down? And the universe is saying, you are us incarnated. You are meant to experience this so we can experience it through you. This is bigger than you. This is your soul. Don't try and put this in a box, this experience in a box. Experience it, trusting that the universe is guiding you in the right direction, and that you're meant to make space for this beauty to enter your life. So I want to look at more tarot cards for more context into what is this situation, what even is happening for pile 2, what even is happening. The Knight of Coins, the Hierophant, the Knight, what even is happening for pile 2, the Queen of Coins, the King of Swords, what even is happening, and the Knight of Cups. The King of Swords has come out twice here. Pile 2, what I'm seeing here is that you're leveling up into a new version of yourself, and you're meant to enjoy this with a lightness of spirit and really find a way to be light through this movement, because I think your soul's moving through this process and it's very sacred. And any way you can lean on spirituality and your connection to spirit at this time, and to energies and other people in your life that you feel that spiritual connection to, that's absolutely what you're meant to do. I'm noticing here that there's some very important people coming into your life, and you're meant to trust that spirit's leading them into your life for the right reasons. And you might be distrustful of connections, but you are able to discern what's right for you and what's wrong for you. And you have support around you that will support you through whatever decisions you make. And I'm seeing that, I'm really seeing the thing like the microcosm idea, but also the idea of as within, so without. As these energies come into your life, you're also integrating different parts of you and accepting that, yes, you have this logical, discerning, mental side, but you also have this intuitive, connected side to the earth and to the people around you. And I think you're realizing that using these together and embracing all your energies is allowing you to really enjoy your life and enjoy the people you're around, and also bring something beautiful to the table in your life. And what's happening now is you're becoming more sure of yourself in this chapter, and you absolutely do. And spirit is guiding you through this. And whatever's happening currently in this moment in your life, it's leading to a lot of good. And the stars just came out. It's leading to you coming into your full potential, you being who you're truly meant to be. And there's something about the stars here, and trusting that. I think there's just something here about everything being connected. You feeling the presence of the stars, the energy of the stars, and knowing that you're connected to them. We literally are made of stardust. Like, that's a crazy thing. And whatever's happening in your life, I think you're meant to zoom out and realize everything in life is wild. We're on a rock floating in space. And yes, there is logic that you should hold to protect yourself and to show yourself what you deserve and what's right for you. But I'm seeing that you have a very strong spirit, a very strong life force, and you're meant to embrace this new chapter that you're in and have fun with it. There's a big thing about Spirit wanting you to enjoy this time and enjoy this lightness of spirit and know that you deserve it and you deserve this happiness. And I think there's something about family here. You really caring about your family and you feeling as though maybe you don't get to spend as much time with them in these new changes in your life. And you're meant to trust that they are on their path too, and you can't live their path for them. And you will be able to, there's this girl I babysit for sometimes, she had this Winnie the Pooh book, and Christopher Robin's talking to Winnie the Pooh and says, even when you're not with me, you're in my heart. And I think that's something that you're living by at this time, is that even the people who've walked away or that you aren't with, that you still mourn sometimes and feel that sadness that you aren't in the physical together. They're still a part of you, and you're learning that. And the more you connect with spirit and feel that connection on a sixth sense kind of level, the more you'll feel that energy carried with you. There's something about you tapping into the energies of different things, like the stars, the earth, animals. It's like the more you practice doing that and making space in your life to feel those energies, like in a clairsentient way, the more you'll feel connected and safe in your environment, and the more you'll accept these beautiful things coming in for you. Okay, that was a very intuitive message, and I really feel like if you were meant to understand that, you were meant to understand that. So, okay. So we're going to look at why these things were happening. Why is this happening for pile 2? Why is this happening for pile 2? And one more. Why is this happening for pile 2? Okay. So we have the seed, the ocean. Okay, we'll keep that in reverse. Broken vase, sapphire, cracked shot, gavel. We have dream travel, In Between Worlds, and Pink Bubble Fairy. Okay. Okay, so something I'm immediately drawn to is the period between Taurus season and Gemini season, and the period between Sagittarius and Capricorn season, which just passed. I feel as though this is happening because the seed was already planted. This was meant to happen, and this beauty and lightness in your life was meant to happen. And I think something Spirit's saying is, as this beauty and these blessings in your life are meant to happen because you deserved them, because you have this big spirit. I'm seeing you as this crack shot. Just like a big personality. And Spirit's saying you might be introverted, you might be not a big personality around people, but Spirit feels you're a big personality. And that you have a side to you that is, this large force. Sapphires might be significant to you too. Okay, so there's a lot of blue in these cards as well. You might have ADHD, I'm picking up. So do I. So if you don't, it might just be me having ADHD right now. Okay. So you are very connected to Spirit, and I think you might, honestly, when you're zoned out or when you're in these moods, you might just be connecting to Spirit. And for some of you, I'm picking up that you're really coming to learn about your psychic abilities and coming to understand them. And you're integrating a lot into who you are, and this was always meant to happen. A flower doesn't worry about itself blooming or becoming a flower. It just trusts that coming from a seed it will. But us humans, as conscious beings, we overthink our process of becoming the flower. And I see you are becoming the flower, and you're becoming strong in your convictions, and you are meant to realize how your life can unfold on the physical realm in a powerful way, and that you don't need to know exactly how things are happening, and that no matter what happens, you can recover and be stronger for it. Your dreams are definitely telling you a lot right now. I think you're someone who travels in your dreams to specific spots. You have reoccurring locations in your dreams, and you're constantly convening with Spirit, even if you don't recognize it. And Spirit really enjoys being around you and being in your presence, and enjoys the person you are. And these things have been happening because you were meant to come into a new cycle and to be sure of yourself in it, to be strong in yourself in it, and trust that you are being led by Spirit and that everything's working out in your favor. And you're meant to have more clarity on the fact that these things are working out. And anything that goes wrong is a broken vase. Like, a broken vase is, I've talked about this in other readings, but it's one of those things where it sucks if a vase breaks, but you can clean it up, and it doesn't have to define your whole day. You decide if it defines your day. And I think you're learning that, yes, the ocean might have sharks and other unknown things in it, but it also has a lot of beauty and a lot of treasure. And I think you're just being led by Spirit into this new situation, and you're learning how to be more individualized and also experience life with an innate sense of self-worth. For some reason, I just got brought to Titanic, where Rose throws her necklace in the ocean. And okay, now I'm hearing First Class by Rainbow Kitten Surprise. There might be things that happen that hurt, people you have to walk away from, situations that you hoped would continue in your life, and you're meant to realize that whatever is coming and going in your life is spiritually led and bringing you to a higher understanding of yourself and more happiness. So we're going to look at tarot cards now for any additional context as to why this is happening. Six of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse, Three of Cups, and Page of Cups. Spirit's saying that these things are happening and the reason they happened the way they did before you came into this new chapter in this happiness was because you had to reevaluate who you were giving your time and attention to, and any energy that wasn't coming at you knowing your worth had to leave. And you were surrounded by people who empowered you and saw your worth after this, so you were able to see how you deserve to be treated. Because before this, I think you were surrounded by a lot of immature and impulsive energies, and so you didn't really know any better on how you should be treated and how you should give and take. And you're at a point now where you have a very close connection with Spirit. You always have, but you're cognizant of it, and you're cognizant of the fact that you deserve harmonious, beautiful relationships. And I think someone's come in who really, or people have come in who are honoring you and appreciating you for all that you are. And the main lesson here is for you to really recognize your worth and what you deserve to be treated as, and how that's in Spirit saying, as you do that, that's reverberating in your external environment. The more you love yourself, the more you'll have that reflected back to you in the world around you. And this is not loving yourself for anything besides just who you are as a person and your connection with Spirit. And I think by recognizing your connection with Spirit more and growing in that connection, you'll find more of that intrinsic worth. So, wow, this has been a really spiritual pile. You guys have a very close connection with Spirit, and the way we're closing these readings is actually advice from Spirit. So I'm excited to see what Spirit wants to say to you guys. So what do we, not these. What do we have for pile 2? What do we have for pile 2? Okay, too many. For pile 2, please. What do we have? Okay. What do we have for pile 2? And one more. What do we have for pile 2? Okay. You'll stray new beginnings. The moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. In every moment, the universe is inspiring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. You're ready? We are nature. Oh, I was talking about connecting with nature. Living in connection. The sacred union. Beloved within inner and outer relationships. Okay, pile 2, I think a very significant connection is entering or has entered your life that you needed to be strong in who you were and really know your individual worth for it to come in correctly. And Spirit's saying that this universe loves you so dearly and wants you to have this beautiful new beginning. And Spirit's saying, anytime you feel low, look at how much I love you. Look at what I've done for you in your life. Look at how much I love you. Even the hard times, I've fought for you and I've shown you love. That's what I mean. Spirit's like, please see this. Please gain the perspective that makes you happy, because Spirit just wants you to be happy. Spirit really just wants you to be happy and have this right-minded thinking. And Spirit's saying you're in control of your mind. You're in control of the patterns that are running in your mind. And you're in control of whether you own the thoughts you have or let them flow through you and have more healthy thoughts about yourself and the world around you. Spirit's basically saying your mind runs like a computer and you choose what software it's on and if it's empowered thoughts or disempowered thoughts. And Spirit's saying focus on the good so that you can live your life through the good. And Spirit's really saying, and I think most of you have done this and learned this, and others of you are well on your way. And Spirit's saying a very beautiful beginning is happening here, and very beautiful things are coming in. And you're ready for all of this beauty, and you're just meant to trust in Spirit, trust in this path. And it's because you love yourself so well that you are able to love other people so well and be loved. We accept the love we think we deserve, and Spirit's saying you deserve all the love, and you're meant to love yourself in that way so you can have that reflected in your external environment. So Pile 2, this is what I'm getting for you. This has been a lovely reading, and I want to thank your guides and my guides and all the spiritual energies that have helped with this reading, because this has been a very spiritual reading. So yes, this is what I'm getting for you. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of my readings, and I'll see you in another video. Take care. Bye. Hey, Pile 3. If you chose the Peace Lazuli stone, then this is your reading on what even is happening right now. So we're going to look at what even is happening, and then we're going to look at why it's happening and try and get you a full picture of what's going on. So what even is happening for Pile 3? Okay. What even is happening for Pile 3? What even is happening for Pile 3? Okay. We have conjunction, High Priestess, Strength, King of Swords, and the Fool. So the baseline of what's happening for you is that Spirit's moving you into a divine union. And this could be a union with your life path, with your destiny, with another person, or with yourself. But this is the process of love. And I think my cat's gonna come say hi. Hi, Muna. Hi, baby. So when Muna comes out, I always think of this as like, there's a very good energy in this reading, because Muna responds definitely to energy, and she likes what's going on in this pile, so that's awesome. Okay, let's get you down, baby. So I think you feel like something really special is happening in your life, and it is. And you're headed towards a very beautiful experience. And I think you came to Earth to experience this conjunction. And in the card, it talks about black and white coming together to reveal the full spectrum of color, as you see here, or the sun and the moon coming together to reveal the entire cosmos. There's something about opposites coming together and that transforming your entire life. And I think you're being led by spirit in a way that you don't see everything that's happening, but you intuitively know what direction to go when it's time to go in it. And you can trust that you're being led the right way because this destiny is unfolding for you. I'm kind of flabbergasted by how positive this reading is. Like, what's happening for you, even if you can't see the forest for the trees, even if you can't see the big picture. The big picture is that Spirit's really conspiring to make this beautiful experience happen for you. And with the Strength card here, I'm seeing that you have been put through tests and experiences that gave you strength. You're a very strong person, and it's all leading to a very beautiful blessing. And I'm seeing that you really had to grow in your warrior-like characteristics for this and really just become the person you were meant to be. And you are a very beautiful, powerful energy. And it's through the trials that Luna wants to come up again. She loves you guys. Luna. You want to go up? You want to go up in here? Okay. So, yeah, I feel like you have felt in your I think you're very intuitive and you can feel a change is happening in your life, that you're headed towards this destiny. And you're very good at relying on your intuition because you know that the path you're being led down is the right one. You have a very intimate connection to spirit because what you're meant to experience is so important and beautiful. So I think a King of Swords type character has entered or is entering your life, and they're meant to teach you about where you're meant to go on this journey and what's next for you. And you're meant to trust that you're guided and protected in learning from this person, because they're going to guide you towards the next part of your journey. And you are exactly where you need to be, and you are the person you need to be to complete this journey and to explore and expand. And yeah, what even is happening is that some very powerful energy is working in your life, and everything that happens in your life has purpose, everything that you experience. And I'm hearing that there's been times in your life where things just kind of, like, the floor fell out from below your feet, like you really weren't expecting those changes and that difficulty. But you've been meant to have these shakeups. You were not meant to be stagnant for long, ever. And these shakeups fortified your character and kept you moving. So trust. It's just like there's beauty even in the disruption and chaos in your life, because it led you to new places. And I'm just seeing a lot of beauty where you're at now. And Spirit's reminding me to tell you that abundance comes in so many forms, and you are a very abundant person, even if you don't see that financially right now. You're abundant in character and spirit, in relationships, and in a capitalist mentality, we really look at finances or what job we have, or we look at that as an indicator of worth. And Spirit's saying, you don't You might sometimes, because we live in capitalist societies, you might forget how abundant you are in other ways. And you're meant to focus on that, because that abundance is leading you towards your utmost fulfillment. And don't let a lesser energy, there's a reading I did, A Message Meant to Find You, a few months ago. There's a pile that talked about, what God will you serve, money or spirit? Which one will you let be your master? Because you can only have one. And Spirit's saying that you're being led to really see how Spirit is truly what's abundant, and that material success will never satisfy you or nurture your soul. So you might be going through tests on that right now, or being taught about that right now. So I'm really seeing even the difficulties are blessed in your life. The most annoying car was parked outside of my apartment and was making the loudest noise, so I paused the video for a bit. Something else, I can't remember if I said, but the King of Swords and the Fool came out for another pile. So if you're drawn to any other piles, I definitely would look, because the piles feel very interconnected today. So yeah, and I love when that happens, because sometimes they feel disjointed, but today it's connected. So we're going to look at tarot cards, more tarot cards, to get any more context on what exactly is happening in your life right now. And then we're going to go into the why it's happening. And yeah, so what even is happening for pile 3? Okay. I have the 3 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, the 9 of Coins, the 4 of Coins, the King of Cups, and the Page of Coins. The only exception by Paramore is playing in my head. So what's happening in your life is that you have really figured out how to best take care of yourself. And I think you have made leaps and bounds in your self-sufficiency and your ability to rely on yourself. And I think that the way your life is now, you don't really want it to change, because things are stable, you're happy, and you feel protected. And you're meant to know that you can grow beyond this, and you shouldn't fear change right now. Because right now it does feel to some degree like you're playing it safe. And it feels like there's going to be changes in your life that speed up your life and lead to better. But because you have this consistency and happiness, I think you're going to be a little nervous about these changes coming in. Specifically, I'm seeing with this mentor figure, you have some energies coming in that are going to help you along in your soul's path and fortify your character and help you grow and make your life reflect your beauty. But I can see you might be holding on pretty tightly to the life you're already in, because you don't have to be defensive in this life. And even though things aren't really growing, you're stable and you're happy. I can see you're very happy. But what's happening is that powerful energies are coming in to help you grow and continue to expand. Even though you're happy where you're at, I can see that you're going to be a little guarded when these changes are happening. And you're meant to trust that you're a pure spirit. Okay, there's been more annoying sounds, and Yeah, just like so many distractions coming up in this reading. And I feel like you're saying like the past changes in your life really shook you up and left you. They were like tower moments that were really difficult to go through. And I think you're like, I don't want to go through these shakeups again. I think you're very like, I want this stability and happiness. I want to stay this way. And what Spirit's saying is that these changes are going to make you even happier. And you're not going to stagnate right now. And you're meant to trust in the changes, even if it's scary. And Spirit's working in your highest good, as we were discussing earlier. Spirit is working for you. And you're meant to trust your intuition, and you'll be led the right way at the right time. You'll know where to go when it's time to go. And you're just meant to know you're guided and protected here. Also, courage isn't acting without fear. Courage is acting despite the fear. And what I'm seeing here is that the voice in your, like the fear in your head will get smaller as you open up to this and accept this change in your life. And anytime you have fear, remind yourself of how beautiful of a spirit you are, and that Spirit's really working for you here. And this is leading to your utmost fulfillment. Because you can have the 4 of coins, but you deserve the 10 of coins, the 10 of pentacles. And I'm really seeing that this self-reliance will stay with you as a constant throughout all of this. You just deserve more than the 4 of pentacles. And I'm seeing that you are going to expand, and it's okay for you to have your guard up as these things happen. You're just meant to still be receptive as it happens. So we're going to look at why this is happening now. So why is this happening for pile 3? Why is this happening for pile 3? And yes. Why is this happening for pile 3? Why is this even happening? Okay. So we have laughing and crying, the Father, and the birdcage. This is allowing you to break through all the obstacles that you didn't think you could break through. This is allowing you to have freedom and really free yourself from any self-limiting binds or external binds that were oppressing you. You're protecting yourself, and you're being protected here. Spirit's saying, I am protecting you. I am protecting you and taking you towards your freedom. And Spirit's saying that any change that happens in life is bittersweet, because you walk away from something, you can't carry everything, and you're taken to something more beautiful. And so in any change, there's happiness and sadness. And Spirit's saying you're meant to learn this lesson, that no matter what happens, there's good in the bad and there's bad in the good. And that's life. And you might as well follow what your heart is calling you towards and allow yourself to fly rather than stay in this birdcage. And you might be sad to be leaving other birds in this birdcage, but it's time for you to go and to fly. And this is the opportunity of new life and new happiness, and new adventures. And this is a blessing. And you might not realize how you are confined in this way or dealing with these limitations. Everyone on earth is. The goal is to break out of that. And your being, I just see spirits really protecting you and teaching you how to protect yourself and show up for yourself in a caring way. Taurus season is going to be significant. You might also have some masculines in your life that are helping you break out of these constraints. And through their experience, they're showing you there's good in the bad and bad in the good. So let's look at the tarot cards now for any extra information on why this is happening. Why is this happening? Queen of Swords, Page of Swords, 8 of Coins, 10 of Cups, and the Fool. I think you have you have self-limiting beliefs where you feel like things can happen for other people but not to you. And you're learning that your emotional fulfillment is out there and what you truly care about is out there and you're going for it. This is happening because this is what you're meant to experience. And because you have these limitations, you're meant to break free of them. And I think there's I'm being reminded of the evil stepmother trope in fairy tales, and I'm thinking of, in your mind, you might have an archetype of an evil stepmother who doesn't want you to succeed, who doesn't want you to grow past what's comfortable. And you feel like you can look on as this happens to other people but can't experience it. And Spirit's saying, you're learning that true fulfillment is by listening to your intuition and following your soul towards this freedom. Look how free these birds are. You're finding other people who are living this way too. And this is happening for you because look at all these groups of animals. You're really finding a community that has broken free like you have. And you're meant to enjoy this and trust that where you're being led is just incredibly beautiful. And what you had before could never have ultimately fulfilled you. So you're like a bird flying from the nest, unsure of what's going to happen, but knowing that no change could happen from just staying where you're at. Wow, this is so freaking cool. So we're going to look at advice from Spirit now. So what advice does Spirit have? What advice does Spirit have? What advice? So we have, my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. This also came out for other piles. The moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me, and my vibes speak louder than my words. We have healing. We have take action. We have held, sureness of the soil, help support community. We have I forgive myself for shaming my inclination to fall into deep despair in the face of a challenge. I choose to believe that my most intense emotions contain crucial messages that, when received, allow for the alignment with my truest desires. And I forgive myself for thinking that I know better than life itself. I choose to believe that the exact circumstances needed to create the experience most suitable for me is perpetually being created, regardless of what I think or do about it. Spirit's advice is to let yourself heal from past experiences and trust that you are supported through every step you take here. You're being called to take action and not to stagnate, and trust that help is all around you, and you can make these leaps and trust in being caught. I think because of your past, you sometimes fall into this despair in the face of a challenge, and you can be taught something through that. And I think it has to do with faith and trusting that things will work out. And you might have thought that things were going to end up a certain way, but Spirit's saying, you don't know everything, and you're not meant to figure it out. You're just meant to roll with the punches, and the things that are coming to you are absolutely beautiful. When you get out of this fear and focus on love, you'll know what way to go. And Spirit's saying, look at whose vibes just match yours and look whose don't, because I think some people around you or in your past said all the right things, but vibrationally they were misaligned. So you're meant to be more aware of energetic vibrations of the people you're around. So we're going to look at a few more tarot cards for any other advice from Spirit. We have the Moon and the Knight of Wands. I'm hearing, don't let more immature energies bring you down, and trust in, I'm hearing, when people fail you, trust in the moon, trust in nature, trust in the things that are constant. And don't fall prey to feeling like you need a wishy-washy energy to stay in your life to show your worth, or an immature energy to stay in your life to prove your worth. Because your worth is in the moon, in the stars, in nature. And you can find it there and inside of you. And these energies are just, if they're misaligned, they're going to leave. And Spirit's going to take them out. So just trust that Spirit's leading you in the right direction. So yes, Pile 3, this is what I'm getting for you. It was an honor to read for you. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of my readings, and I'll see you in another video. Take care. Bye. Hey, Pile 4, if it shows the amethyst stone, then this is your reading on what even is happening right now. So we're looking at what's happening in your life in this section, and then we'll look at why it's happening and give you as much information as we can. So what's happening in Pile 4's life? What's happening? Okay, too many. What's happening in Pile 4's? Okay, we have wise salt. What even is happening? Seven of Swords and Ace of Wands. What even is happening in Pile 1's life? And the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, it looks like there's some kind of competition going on. And I'm hearing It's like a battle right now is going on in your life, and you're up against somebody who or something that you have passion towards, and it's almost as though you're really fighting for your passion and honoring the things you care about in your life. What's happening right now is I feel like you are becoming wiser, and you can intuitively sense that. But you're also being left with some bruises and some pain from this competition or this battle. But with the Wheel of Fortune upright, I see that the situation's going to work out favorably for you. I'm hearing something about victory, and your passion and your charisma and your integrity, nobility set you apart. I'm seeing that you have been hurt by this situation and you need time to heal. And you are making sure that anything that comes to you in the future takes good care of what it values and is passionate. You're making sure the things that you connect with have the same values as you do. And this is priceless life experience. I think you're learning what doesn't work for you anymore and what does, and you're also realizing some things that used to work in the past no longer work for you. So you're really learning to keep it simple, to follow what makes you feel passionate, and that anything that's happening in your life right now is giving you wisdom for the future. People talk about how you can be smart but not have wisdom, and I'm seeing that you are gaining wisdom through these experiences and accepting life on life's terms. You're treasuring what really holds value in your life, and you're focusing on the things that fulfill you and uplift you. And I think it's sad for you to see things that no longer serve you, things that you once cared about, but it's making you cherish the beautiful things in life even more. You're learning what true care looks like. So we're going to look at more tarot cards for more context into what's happening. So what even is happening for Pile 4 right now in their life? What even is happening for Pile 4? Please be specific. Okay. We have the Queen of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Seven of Swords again, and the Ace of Swords in reverse. You're realizing what true partnership and true connection looks like to you. And there's events happening in your life that are showing you what true care looks like. And I'm hearing something about making assumptions and not making assumptions too soon. And you might be looking at things from the wrong angle. And Spirit's saying that you are going to learn this lesson exactly how you need to, and you don't need to fear learning it wrong, because Spirit will show you exactly what you need to see in whatever this is. And in picking a true, beautiful connections in your life, you're really going to see what you need and what works for you and what doesn't. What Spirit's really wanting you to realize is that you have a lot of power in this situation. You're a fierce warrior, I'm hearing. And you're not meant to underestimate your power. I know you have a lot going for you, and you have a lot to bring to the table. And you're meant to embrace your beautiful qualities in these experiences and know that you're bringing a lot to the table and have a lot to offer. And it's when you forget that it becomes painful. I'm seeing that you're this beautiful person and deserve equal partnership, equal connection, equal give and take. And you're really being matter of fact with what you'll put up with and what you won't. You're being honest with yourself and others about what you feel is right for you and what you feel isn't. And I'm just seeing that you have a lot to offer. You're a very beautiful person, and you're going to align with something that suits you. So you shouldn't settle for less than you deserve. And I think you have trust issues from past betrayals. And I'm seeing that the person or the people who are meant to be in your life will not betray you. They'll know through experience, just as you do, that relationships are fragile and you must treat them with care. These people are going to be very caring. So I'm also hearing The Great War by Taylor Swift. I don't know if I've said that already. I think Spirit's also saying that there are some connections you're going to be unsure about, but see that they're meant for you, and the ones that you were more sure about, you're going to realize weren't. It's going to be a weird realization that certain things that you thought were right for you weren't necessarily what you needed, but the things that you weren't sure about were. Hi, Luna. Luna just came and said hi. So let's look at why this is happening. Why is this happening for Pile 4? Why is this happening for Pile 4? Labyrinth just fell on the floor. Why is this happening for Pile 4? Why is this happening for Pile 4? Okay. So we have everything you need too soon, inside looking out, the one who hides the sun, child, pearl, and master. And we have the stone in the empty room. Okay, so Pile 4, this is happening so that you understand what you deserve, what you'll put up with, and what will be consistent in your life. This experience has brought with it a lot of confusion, but it's really cracked you open. And made you see things from different perspectives and made you really cherish what's coming into your life now. You've realized what drains you, what doesn't satisfy you, and what has room to grow. You become a master in the sense of this situation, and you've also grown up. And this has made you really face yourself and realize the kind of person you are and the kind of person you want to be. Yeah, this is happening to fortify your character and to make this a consistent, make whatever these things are consistent in your life. This self-esteem and this sureness of spirit. And the ability to really look deep within yourself. You've had to face dark parts of yourself to bring back this beauty. You've been through a process like a clam turning and like making a pearl. It's a very difficult process. It's like coal turning into a diamond. It's very uncomfortable, but the result's really beautiful. And you're going to keep these gifts with you for the rest of your life. Aquarius season, Capricorn season, and Cancer season will be significant. As well as Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio, so that's a lot, but yes. Okay, let's look at more tarot cards. Why is this happening to Pile 4? We have the Hierophant in reverse, the Nine of Wands in reverse, the Three of Cups in reverse, the Knight of Coins in reverse, and the Sun in reverse. So I'm really seeing that these events that happened to you weren't in your control. And they really were meant to refine who you are and show you what you value. This really does come down to a value system and being conscious of why you do the things you do rather than moving through life doing things just because they're expected of you or you feel like they're right. I think you've really had to figure out what real connection looks like to you, and some people you care about have had to walk away. Hi, baby. Okay, honey. Now you're gonna follow. So, this has really been just to turn you into this person. You've definitely been halted at times and not been able to move forward in the ways you've wanted to. And I feel like you've had to leave communities you really cared about and had to put your defenses up when you weren't expecting it. And there's just been moments of shock and things that were really out of your control, but they were meant to show you what you truly value and what in your life wasn't working. And you went through this difficult period to become a master of your life and to become this pearl and to really have honor for the communities and values you believe in. This experience made what you matter about or what you care about really matter to you and gave you a new sense of integrity and honor. I'm just hearing you have a lot of conviction and you have a lot of honor. Like when you walk into a room, people respect you, and that came through this experience. And you know what you really care about and what you value out of this life now. This has made you really know what you stand for. And that makes your life really inspiring Because a lot of people don't get to this level because they aren't able to do this work because it's so hard. But you went through this work and you're at a place now where you're safe and beautiful things are happening to you and you can handle whatever comes your way because you're a master of your fate. So we're going to do advice from Spirit now because these messages have been really straight to the point for you. And I hope they've helped. So let's see what advice Spirit has for you moving forward. What advice do you have for pile 4? What advice do you have for pile 4, Spirit? What advice do you have for pile 4? What advice do you have for pile 4? One more. What advice do you have for pile 4? Okay. So we have the Rose of Venus, alignment, flow, right relationship, harmony, 10th house, Bridget, healing, take action, and light. Spirit really wants to make clear that your light isn't going anywhere and hasn't gone anywhere. And this was meant to bring you closer to the light, everything that's happened to you. And I've seen that you've really healed through these experiences. And all of these experiences really happen to bring you into harmony with and alignment with the things that your soul really values. And you're meant to know your worth and take action on your behalf and really realize that the person you are makes a wave, makes an impact. And you're meant to really see your beauty and how much you've done to take care of yourself. I'm also just hearing stand up for yourself because you know what you deserve. And focus on your inner light. And when you focus on your inner light, you'll be reminded of how you should be treated and what's right for you. Whatever you've been fighting for, whatever you've been in competition for, it's meant to strengthen you and you're really fighting for your soul here. So let's look at any additional info from the tarot cards for pile 4. We have 10 of Swords, 6 of Coins, the Tower, the Ace of Wands, and the 4 of Cups. Anything that doesn't appreciate all you have to give, that doesn't treat you the way you deserve to be treated, that hurts your passion, that hurts your ability to see how beautiful you are, and takes you for granted, anything like that is meant to come to a close. Because anything that dampens your spirit or makes your light dimmer, it must go. And Spirit's not going to let those things continue to steal your light or steal from you. And so just know that when things leave your life, it's because you're this beautiful light. You have so much to give, and nobody should take your love for granted or who you are for granted. And these experiences are making you stronger and making you really cherish yourself and what you bring to the table on a whole nother level. I'm really hearing that you're meant to trust where you're headed, and you give a lot. You have this really priceless, sacred presence to you, and only those who empower that and elevate that are meant to stay on your path. So that's how it will be. So to close, I want to look at one more deck just to give us a message from the universe. Thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perception so that I can see what is of the highest good. I think some of this stuff has been really painful, and it's easy to see it from fear and fear that pain. But when you see how it's expanding you into this really powerful, beautiful, strong person, and you're bending and not breaking here, and that this is of the highest good because it's making you really value yourself and honor what you bring to the table, I think you'll have gratitude in that. So yes, Pile 4, this is what I'm getting for you. It was an honor to read for you. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of my readings, and I'll see you in another video. Take care. Bye.